Good morning. I'm sitting in my car. I've just got to work, and I thought on the way up, it was one of those really beautiful drives. The sunrise was beautiful. I just felt really glad to be alive. It's despite everything, there's days where you just wake up feeling great. But a few days ago, I had what is very, very familiar with people with cancer, particularly. Well, I don't know about other cancers, but I'm talking about prostate cancer because I have it. But I'm guessing it's the same for all cancers, and that's the anxiety of waiting for tests and scan results to come back. Really, your life is depending on these results, so it can be quite terrifying. So I thought I'd share a method that I use that basically takes me to another place. That when I'm feeling a bit anxious, worried, scared, terrified, all those words, whatever one you want to use, you fill it in the dots really. Whenever I'm feeling that way, there's a little method that I used to teach people that used to suffer with high levels of anxiety, especially when I was teaching them to drive. And that's to take yourself away to a place that you're not at the moment. So you're taking your mind into a different place. So it's basically called anchoring, and it works really, really well. And it works something like this. So what you have to do is, when you're feeling that point where you just feel so scared, so nervous, so tense, and you're waiting for that result, deep down that whatever way you feel right now, you can't change that result. And all that does is that grows and gets worse and worse and worse, until you end up having, like panic attacks and things like that come on. And I'll be honest with you, a couple of nights ago, I really felt like that way. And I thought I'd conquered all this. But then I went back to this method that I used to teach, and it's an anchoring technique that is ever so simple. And it might help someone out there. I don't know. It helps me, so I don't see why it won't help someone else. So when you're feeling that way, the first thing you want to do is take yourself somewhere quiet. Doesn't matter where it is, somewhere in your house that's quiet, out in the garden. It depends where you are. You can even go outside in like in the countryside, or anywhere you like, but where you feel undisturbed by anything. Okay. And what you do is you take a few deep breaths. Okay, and you should sort of ground yourself. So you take a few deep breaths through your nose and out your mouth, maybe 5 times, just to get yourself in a nice grounded state. And then from there, you can close your eyes to do this. You can keep them open, but I always find it better to close my eyes. And then I relax and try and take myself into a place that I feel really, really comfortable. Somewhere that makes me feel secure, safe, happy, all the positive emotions that you can come up with. You want to go to that place. It could be something like your favourite place you go on holiday. It could be cuddling a child. It could be your favourite pet. Anything that makes you feel warm and happy and safe, contented, all those kind of words. Okay, my personal one is I often go to this beach in Crete, where I worked out there for a number of years as a holiday rep, and I also ran a bar out there before that. And the one thing I used to love was watching the sunrise, and I used to get up extra early and sit on, sometimes I didn't even come home, but to sit on the beach and wait for the sun to come up. And it used to come up at this certain time, and I used to just love every single second of it, watching it as it came up over the Mediterranean in the distance. So what I do is I go to that place. Now what you want to do is you want to go to that place with every sense that you have. Okay, so you want to visualize that thing happening. So what I used to do is I used to visualize the feeling of the sand underneath me, the warmth of the sand, the noise of the waves as they were coming up against the shore, the sky. So all these different senses are coming in. You can even taste the air, actually. Now what you want to do is get that point where it's at its most strongest, okay, and you're actually feeling like you're there. Now when you actually get that point, it might take you a good 5 minutes, Okay, so you really concentrate and imagine that you're actually there, and you start feeling like you're there. Now this is the point where you want to hold that feeling, and what you do is you get your thumb and forefinger and you pinch it tight. Okay, and this is that feeling I've got. Now, you can do any other trigger, but this is one that works for me. Okay, and then you let it go, just like that, and then you return back to it again. So you give it, say, 5 minutes, and then you go back into that visualization of where you've just been, and you build up that feeling through all of your senses as if it's actually real. Okay, and what happens is your brain starts to believe that what this imagination that you're doing is real. It has no understanding of whether that's true or false, and that's the great thing about the brain. It can be tricked like that. So it sends all these kind of signals down through your body that will just make you feel like you're there. And when you do it the second time, you get that feeling where it's really strong, comes a little bit quicker. Okay, and then you pinch it again, you hold it for a few seconds. Okay, you focus on it and you let it go again, and then you keep repeating this. Now if you keep repeating this over and over again, say maybe doing it 3 or 4 times a day, what happens is that place becomes very easy to find. So that when you're feeling down, when you're feeling anxious about your scan results, when you're just in your, sometimes on your own. I'm staying in a hotel at the moment, and the other night my thoughts got the better of me. I'm on my own, I'm working away. All I can think about is cancer. Cancer's killing me. Cancer's, that kind of feeling starts coming in. So I use this technique. It took me a little while because I haven't done it for so long. But I did it a few times and I found it really relaxing. Now what happens is, if you continuously do this, okay, just the act of pinching your thumb and forefinger is something the brain will remember and will instantly transform you back into that place you've just been dreaming and imagining and visualizing. And it works. I mean, it's an anchor technique used for anger management. It's used for PTSD, all these kind of things. And I think certainly with cancer, we have got a form of PTSD because we're constantly, suffering and struggling with dealing with it. And this is one of the ways that I've found a great technique that anyone can do. It's free of charge. It doesn't hurt you. If you get it, you can't get it wrong. You can only try. Don't try too hard, but I would just say do this on a regular basis. Maybe 2 or 3 times in the morning, 2 or 3 times in the evening. If you're at home and you're not working, try it at random points in the day. And what you'll find is, as you start developing this, it develops a pathway in your brain, and your brain recognizes the trigger point. And the trigger point is either doing this. You could pinch your ear. You can do anything you like. Anything you like. The brain will recognize that that's the trigger to send you back into that place. Okay? Give it a go. Let me know how you find it, because I've certainly found it works for me. I know it works for other people. And it's a great way to deal with this, especially with scan anxiety, or scanxiety as they call it. Anything to do with, your brain being in one state. You want to change your state of mind into a better place. Okay? So it's just a quick one for me, so I'm off now. But take care. Have a great day. And again, I'll speak to you soon. Take care now.